Hi guys, Stan here, Ithaca, New York, and I'm improving with graphics. Part one, amazing, amazing upgrade. Okay, consider the issues that might have held up implementation of the bill that almost took 10 years to implement. Why do you think it took almost 10 years to implement? Um, really simply, why it took so long? Money. It took so long because on one hand, you had the public, special small groups of people. It was small groups of people, um, in comparison to the vast majority of our population, concerned about what's in the food. Sadly, that's what's happened. That's what exists. Not the majority. The majority of the country doesn't care. And then you have the special interest groups that are actually in the ears, in the pockets, and very much more louder to our congressmen about what to and what not to do. The advisors and specialists of their industry, people who are great in the industry and then they retire to become, a special interest group person or create a group and then talk to Congress, and that's where they live to create legislation and help make it happen through their congressmen. It sounds like a downer and a bummer, but it's true. I mean, it takes forever to get anything done because you have to fight through all those battles. And those battles over what color, the background of the universal signage for the nutrition poster in every store. It's got to be the same in everyone so that every customer recognizes it. Probably was an argument in itself that lasted for weeks. I want pale green. I want pale yellow. I want pale blue. I want white. You know, and you say to yourself, "Mm, it shouldn't matter," but a lot of things do matter. But you're right. The majority, the focus should be on what is the message, what is wanted, what are we truly trying to deliver here, to the public in some type of bill or some type of new law. The intent of the law should be the most important thing, um, and then get it out, get it done, and then the semantics and little stuff um, can be adjusted as the future goes. Now, do I think it could have been faster? No, I'm surprised it was that fast. 10 years. I was, before I read about this stuff, I thought it took longer, but 10 years. That's a half of most of your everybody watching this. It's a half of or a third of your lives, and um, most of the stuff that's probably in the process is still going on for more other laws. But as a consumer, as a nutrition advocate now, as I go back to school and change from the retail world, from the food service retail world to the grocery stores, and I know many um, uh, owners directly of restaurants and food service organizations here in Ithaca. I know them personally, so I know they just want to do what's right, what's legal, because if it's a franchise organization and things like that, all that stuff's provided. They'll follow the law. They'll put it up, and that's fine. But to be honest with you, nobody was asking for it as much 10, 15 years ago when I was growing up. No, McDonald's sold burgers, fries, and a soda, and a milkshake. You thought you knew what's in there. And at the beginning, that's what was in there, but it changed over time, and that's where these laws became necessary. And as we needed to know about nutrition and other additives, it became even more important. So that's why it was a growing importance, and probably why it got done so soon in 10 years. Now, um, it does sound evil, but it's true. Money. The pursuit of the money, the delay of money and costs, and for the manufacturers, they don't want some things to be known. They don't want you to know that that hamburger is made of the lowest grade parts and such, or those hot dogs. I I'll be honest with you. I learned what a hot dog was in 1983 when I got my first job at a grocery store, PNC, on Elmira Street in Athens, Pennsylvania. I haven't had a hot dog since, and I know there's 100% beef hot dogs out there. I'm not going to have one. No way am I ever going to have a hot dog again. I don't have sausage. It's just, I, after knowing what is in those things, no way. Not going to do it. And so that concern that I have for that one product, the industry knows, holy crap, if we list everything that's in this stuff, people aren't going to want to eat this stuff anymore, even if it is cheap. There are going to be some losses of customers. That's the biggest concern, the dollar. Chasing the dollar, maintaining the dollar, growing the dollar, and reducing your costs. That's what it took. That's why it all took that long. And the fight from the organizations in the left side and the right side, the left and right shoulder of the congressmen and women that we have in our nation. So, um, sound effects included. It's such an upgrade. Part two. As a consumer, do you think food service operations should legally be required to provide you with nutrition information on the menu? On the menu. Defend your response. Not on the menu. No. There's too much information. No. If I'm now the way I read the question, it's on the menu. I know there's a menu board up here at some restaurants, but or in food service operations, but and then you have a menu that you're given, and then there's other you just go into wholesale food service operations, and then they have a menu board of everything that's on sale now. Just imagine the menu board for fresh seafood that's on some food service dock, you know. Um, but on the menu, no. Separately, absolutely. As a consumer, absolutely. I want to know all the nutrition. I want to know as much as possible about everything that I'm potentially going to buy to consume myself or to provide for someone else. That is me. Absolutely, as a consumer, I want to know that stuff. And I, unfortunately, will require it to be legally necessary in some form or location within that establishment that I can access. Honestly, somebody said I was talking in the break room about this assignment I have, and said, "Well, you could get all that stuff like OSHA online. You could get all the stuff about products in any store and all that stuff." I go, "Yeah, I don't want to be able to get it online for my restaurants. I want to get it at that restaurant, because are they getting the exact same thing as everybody else?" It could be a different supplier. It could be a different version of it, and that's what they're responsible for, just like the retailers are for chemicals, OSHA requirements. There should be nutritional requirements for the products that they sell, especially at a higher level of food intake versus non-food intake, chemicals and things like that, or poisons. Um, so yes, it should be available, not on the menu, but easily available, because I could see how it could disrupt the operations of an establishment, but I do want it available. Now, and one example, the fast food restaurants, I definitely think it should be posted on the wall, just like um, their menu boards are posted on their wall and things like that. And they always have a consumer, connection board or card or something like that. There should be the nutritional facts board about their products, the fast foods. Um, Absolutely. So, and that's been implemented. McDonald's has it and all that stuff, and it's kind of spooky to look at it. So, but um, the what was that? Part three. From the perspective of a business owner, do you think food operations should be legally required to provide customers with nutritional information on the menu? Oh, this is the other side of the finance. Sorry. Geez, I thought I was reading the same thing. Defend your response and consider software programs Well, I guess I sort of started explaining why I don't want to see it on the menu, um, even as a consumer, because it disrupts my um, menu using for a restaurant experience, and that would. I mean, I think of some of those posh, really expensive. You would like some wine? Sure. I mean, those type of places where you got to dress up in 7,000 clothes just to be able to sit down and have a meal, for God's sake. Um, and you just want a menu and what's what to buy and advice. You don't want to also have to flip through pages of the nutritional values of everything and all the information about the products that you're going to eat, because it's probably in a different language too that you can't even speak, so you're letting the guy the waiter decide what you want anyways. You just tell him meat, chicken, lamb, vegetable, and he'll give you whatever you want. So it'll end up being a great meal, and you'll pay for his college scholarship to Columbia or something. But um, as a business owner, to be able to have that available, yes, I do think they should have it in some type of binder form, perhaps in the sit down restaurants or certain things. Franchise owners should be provided it by the franchise the parent company should provide that somehow, whether they choose for their organization to put it as a poster board or in a binder or in a booklet somewhere is available for the public. That should be the franchisees responsible to franchisee insurers, which is my example because I know the Papa John's guy locally, and I also know the mom and pop owners locally of a restaurant grill, Mahogany Grill locally, and they wouldn't want any type of poster up, but they would put a binder out. They have other binders that just blend right in, and if a customer wanted to look something up, they could look that up for them. And that example is like the OSHA binder that used to exist before it went digital and went online. Do they have to have it online? I guess they could have it online. That would be easy for me as a business owner. The more I can do digitally, unless I have to do physically, that's less of a cost. Software, I'll buy software as a business owner over and over again. I can keep writing that off over and over again. I would hate having to pay for labor over and over again to keep changing things on a wall or on a permanent display. So software things, I will keep updating. I will find one that works for me and use it, whether I'm legally required to or not going forward. I mean, as we've been looking at this stuff's pretty cool. I mean, my gosh, I mean, how it breaks it down and makes my little inventory in my refrigerator kind of, you know, archaic. I thought it was pretty cool, but it does also highlight where there's got to be somebody in charge of it completely. So that might be a payroll thing that I'm going to have to deal with as a business owner if I don't take it on myself. There's a lot of stuff to do on those software programs and to maintain and you know, an admin. I don't know what the title would be, chef admin or something like that, where they meet with a chef every day or every week and set everything up and go to him if there's any changes. I'm sorry, apologize for the yawn. Um, it's getting late. I've had a long week, but I really apologize for that. That was really bad. So yeah, that would add more costs, but again, an expense. I'll write that off. And as you know, I continue to follow the rules as long as they are equal and everybody else follows the rules. It's an equal playing field. Um, so as a business owner, I have no problem doing that as long as I can, do it tactfully and not, have to put it up on a wall. If I can, I can put it in a binder or such. So, um, including the software. The software, I have no problem with that. Although, if I can't handle it, I may consider wanting to have somebody else be in charge of that software because this stuff's pretty intense. It's pretty cool. I'm plain simple. I will say that it's pretty cool. So, okie dokie. And I don't have any ending graphics, so no final. So, I thank you very much, guys, for listening to my rambling, and I apologize for the yawn at the end. So, take care. See you later.